Well, let's pick up that conversation now with Guy Ryder, General Secretary of the ILO. Good to see you this morning. It seems to be one of these issues at Davos where everybody's beating their chest and saying something must be done, something must be done. But I'm not hearing a lot of really good answers about what that thing is.
Yeah, right. I mean, jobs, in a sense, are the gorilla in the Davos living room. We've seen that, last year, despite the talk, and real talk, of improved economic performance, stepping back from the brink of crisis, global unemployment was up 5 million. And on current trends, it's going to continue growing for the next 5 years. So, when we're talking about exit from crisis, let's not forget, for most people out there, the crisis ends when they've got a job. That's the way people live the crisis. Now, what to do about it? I think we're seeing a particular focus on young people. I think people are really worried about youth unemployment, double, triple the rates of overall unemployment. I think we're seeing people in Davos, businesses saying, we want to play our part, we want to do our piece, apprenticeships, training, mentoring, but it's a public policy issue as well. I mean, welcome on board to all of the business people in here in Davos who want to do their bit, but it is also a public policy issue. You've got to put the two things together.
Growth is the answer. We know growth is the answer, but you hold the CEO's feet to the fire and you say, on a net basis, how many jobs are you going to add this year? And they go a little quiet and rather sheepish because they're not spending for investment to expand their businesses.
I think one of the big things is uncertainty that's still out there. In the reports that we've done on jobs, we point to business uncertainty, policy uncertainty. I still don't think people know who's got their hands on the steering wheel and which direction they're going to take it in. We do need business to start investing again. Profits are high, but they're not going into real jobs, not going into the real economy. Financial assets, you see the effects of that in the stock markets. People have got to start believing again in the real economy. And I don't think we got that belief yet.
I'm glad you just mentioned real jobs. I think you were just making a reference to the fact that there are jobs, and then there are jobs that can turn into careers, that can actually give people a decent standard of living, that can give them a future, that can give them a hope of actually not living on some form of subsistence in what is a very expensive Western world to live in still. In the States, in the United Kingdom, we have ostensibly really, really good job creation. But are they burger flipper jobs? Are they jobs where actually people can actually manage to grow something? And I think there is a real problem there.
Well, sometimes you almost feel embarrassed talking about the quality of jobs when you've got over 200 million people out of work in the world. The line seems to be, the most reasonable line seems to be, get into any type of job. Don't talk about decent jobs. Anything will do. I think that's the wrong approach, as you're indicating, because the quality of jobs does matter. If people have not got enough to live on, and the issues of a living wage, of a fair wage, they are coming out. We've got to pay attention to that because, demand in the global economy matters.
But then we're getting
demand
competition.
comes from wages.
Competition with stunningly smart graduates coming out of India, hundreds of thousands of smart science graduates coming out of China and the rest of the emerging world. What hope have we got in the very expensive West of competing with those smart, young and cheap graduates?
Well, it depends how you look at that. I mean, the emergence of the emerging economies, these fantastic talent machines that they're turning out, menace, problem, threat, or actually something good for the global economy? The fact of the matter is the health of the emerging economy is a major determiner of what happens in the rest of the economy.
Guy, we chatted about it in St. Petersburg last year. We chatted about it now. We'll talk about it later in 2014. We've got to let it go now. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Guy Ryder, General Secretary of the ILO. We'll speak to...
Director General. I think Director General. I said General Secretary, didn't I?
But
you're Director General.
So
just make that clear. I know, and I got it wrong.
I'm the lemming. Who's the lemming?
Built on a mistake.
We're going to speak to John Rice in a few moments' time,
so
Vice Chairman of GE. Anyway, thanks very much indeed for joining us.
All right. Guy Ryder.
Good. Thanks, John.